Let's talk about breakers and fuses. Breakers and fuses should not be confused with switches that just basically turn the power off and turn the power on. A breaker, such as this one here, will actually allow this to prevent it from overvoltage, or a breaker like this may do the same thing. There are different qualities and types of breakers. There are also AC and DC AC and DC style breakers. For example, is a small this is a small 20 amp AC breaker. As you can see here, it goes from 125 or 250 volts, 20 amps, and 30 volt DC. This is a 100 amp, 500 volt DC switch. This is a small inline fuse. Inside of this, you would actually have the option of putting a replaceable fuse of whatever size that you're interested in. You basically take one of these and you put it inside this fuse holder so that if something goes wrong, if there's an overcurrent or some kind, then the fuse plops and the wire stays intact. Keep in mind, fuses and breakers are there to protect the wire. They're not there to protect the device. Fuses and breakers are safety devices, there to protect the wires that they're connected to. You never rate a fuse or a breaker based on the equipment that it is connected to. You rate it based on the smallest wire in the chain, so that instead of the wire melting and causing problems, the breaker or the fuse itself will pop and allow the wire to remain intact so that the fuse or breaker can be either reset in the case of a breaker or replaced in place of a fuse. Fuses and breakers do have a distinction, a very big distinction. A breaker such as this for DC will allow you to reset it, or even this for AC will allow you to reset it, or even this for AC will allow you to reset it. Each of these will have a rating. This is AC only rated. This will have a rating on it of 125 to 250 volts AC, 20 amps, and 32 volts DC. This has a DC rating of up from 500 volts and 100 amps. You always want to put the breaker as close to the source as possible. Therefore, if you're putting a breaker on a battery, put the breaker as close to the battery as you can get it, or even have it incorporated into the battery for safest use. Otherwise, the wire following the breaker is the only wire protected. So if you don't have a breaker until halfway through the system, you only have half of your wires protected from the breaker. Breakers such as this one can act as an off-on switch, but an off-on switch cannot act as a breaker. A breaker is resettable. When it goes off, you can turn it back on. This allows it to act as when you can turn it off and you can turn it back on. If it has overcurrent, it will automatically pop off and you can turn it back on. A fuse is a replaceable element inside of it that you will need to replace once it goes overcurrent and pops. AC and DC breakers are not the same. You need to be very careful to pay attention to the labeling, such as on this breaker where it handles both AC and DC, but the voltage is very different. Even though the amperage is still 20 amps, it can only handle 32 volts of DC and up to 250 volts of AC. Quite the opposite of this one here. This one can handle only AC voltage, and it handles up to 20 amps. Wires, fuses, breakers, and switches, along with shunts and bus bars, are an integral part of a solar system. All of these devices play a very important role in keeping you safe, making your solar system safe. And even if you're not in an environment that requires you to follow code or to get an inspection, That does not mean that you should be reckless, careless, or have disregard for safety. Safety is of the most important aspect, is one of the most important aspects of building a good, safe solar system. I encourage you to strive for only the safest environment that you can create. If at any time you feel like you're unsure or you don't know what you're doing or are uncomfortable making such a decision, please consult a professional. Electricians and engineers play an important role in keeping you safe, keeping our environment safe, and making these devices available to the general public to do a do-it-yourself type system. But that does not exclude us from being safe and being responsible when building these systems. I encourage you to involve them when necessary, to ask for their advice if you have problems. But at the same time, build your system, and I hope you stay powered for many years to come. Thanks for watching. I hope this series is helpful to you. There are 5 videos in part 2 of this series, and there are 4 videos in part 1 of this series. All links will be included in all 5 of the videos of part 2, and I hope they help you, and I hope to see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.